Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the DTMM YouTube channel. I hope you're doing very, very well this Tuesday evening. Welcome to coverage of the 6th and final week of the 5th season of the Club 100 Gran Turismo Sports Esports League. My name is Andrew Mather. Great to have you with us once again. And back alongside me for this week and the final week of competition is Luke Batsby. Good evening, Luke. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hopefully everyone can hear us nicely. Do let us know in the chat if the audio levels are good, if you can hear us all well. But yeah, here we are for the championship finale, for the final week of season number 5. Who is going to come out on top in this championship? We do not know. The maths is incredibly complicated, so we might not know either after race 1 or 2. But we're going to try our best tonight. We do know that it's Nathan or Ryan who is going to come out champion after tonight. Yeah, we're going to have to do some live maths to work out who it is going to be.
We are indeed, but as Luke says, one of our 2-time champions is going to become a 3-time champion tonight, but only one of them can do that, of course. Let's cut straight across to the lobby. We'll talk through the points as qualifying is going on. There's 8 minutes of it to go. And I'm already seeing some quite interesting formations happening out there on circuit. Luke, as we reveal tonight's track, we are at Willow Springs, a very, very testing circuit for the drivers. And slipstreams, I think, are going to be big in this one, Luke, particularly in the Mazdas, and getting a clean run and holding speed through those fast corners as well are all going to be things that the drivers have to think about as they're taking on this course.
It's a track which I like a lot, but then I hate it when I have a massive crash. It's a very, very, very punishing circuit, but when you get the corners right around this track, it is so much fun. I really do like this track when you get it hooked up, when you can, get into rhythm. Very, very flowing circuit, and yeah, very much a slipstream fest as well, but it can bite your hand off. Well, the track is surrounded by desert, basically. If you go a slight bit wide, off you go. Many miles off the circuit. So very, very punishing circuit. One issue we've got at the moment is Nathan is not in the lobby.
Yeah, I just noted that. So already technical issues and a bit of drama for Nathan Maxman. He has now rejoined the room. Let's quickly, at least verbally, go through the points situation. Now, we have got a dropped score system in here, in play here, folks. So we will try and guide you through it as well as we can. But the way I like to think about it, Luke, and we had a bit of this down at Lid on Sunday with the Full Metal Club 100, is looking at what scores drivers have got guaranteed underneath them already. And if we do that with Nathan Maxman straight away, and there will be some of our viewers thinking, hang on a minute, I thought Nathan got it all wrapped up last week. No, there was a post-race penalty, which meant his race 1 victory became a 3rd place. That gave a race win to Ryan, and it opened all of this back up again. What it means is that if Nathan was to not race tonight, and that is a bit of a question mark now, having had those issues, but he's got 214 points guaranteed. If he scores 0-0 in the next 2 races tonight, that's what he'll finish on. Now that means the championship is still open, because Ryan Sandel currently sat on 173 points. If he had a perfect night tonight, 2 race victories and 2 fastest laps, would improve to 225. So Nathan is effectively looking to take his score that he's already got tonight of 214 and improve it a little bit. And he could do that with a 3rd place. One of his drops, or what he'll hope is one of his drop scores at the end of the night, was a 7-point finish in round 3. So, for example, if he was to finish in 3rd in this first race, he would improve that 7 to 16. That would be 9 of the 11 points that he'd be looking for completed. But the really easy way to explain it to you folks that are battling on is finish 2nd. 1 second place across either of these races tonight for Nathan Maxman will give him the title, irrespective of what Ryan Sandel completes here tonight in Lobby 1. Hopefully that's got it all clear for you, but do put your questions in the chat and we'll try and answer them as quickly and precisely as we can as to what does this driver need, what do they need, and we'll have the fun of working all of that maths out in a season finale. Luke, you've been watching the practices out there for qualifying. Ryan Sandel looking pretty quick though with 4 minutes to go.
He's doing well. He's just done a 17.6. Treviso in second as well on a 17.9. Going to be interesting to see how he shapes up. Not too much in the way of slipstreaming going on. There's a couple of people working together, but there's also a lot of people like Ryan just doing it alone. It's kind of a sensible option around here. Although you want slipstreaming around this circuit, it's such a punishing track that if you sort of miss your braking point ever so slightly because you've got a car in front of you and you can't see your braking point, you're going to be ruined. So going around by yourself, no one distracts you, may be a good idea around this track.
Absolutely. There's Martin Robinson that we're having a look at. 4th place at the moment for Martin, good qualifying so far. Tim Clark setting up to try and get into position for a quick lap as well. So at the moment it's Ryan Ruswald Sandel in the lead, or on pole position I should say. Trevor Randall aka Treviso alongside on the front row. Row 2 has Jack Cameron Drayton and Martin Robinson on it. Tim Clark and Kirith Kalirai on the 3rd row of the grid. Hello to the Kirith Kart squad in the chat. And the last of our qualifiers at the moment, GTP Toby Nichols there in 7th place. But I think have we also not got Javier out there? No, Javier has been frantically trying to get a set of pedals back together for tonight's racing. So that might be both Team Orange drivers in a spot of bother and perhaps having to start this first race even from the back of the grid.
Yes, I think there's a bit of confusion as to what's going on here. So Nathan is disconnected, and some people have thought we're going to restart qualifying, and some people have thought we're going to restart when the race starts. So yeah, what we'll be doing is we'll be waiting for qualifying to end, and then we won't start the race as such. So when the race starts, ignore that, we'll abort that, and then we'll restart the race with everybody entered. So that's what we're going to be doing here this time.
Right. So don't panic, everybody. 2 minutes to go. Let's have a look at Kirith Kalirai and how he's getting on. Good news, I can tell you, with Kirith. Coming up in a few weekends' time, myself, Kirith, and quite a few others will be taking part in the brilliant 23 Hours of Zolder, the charity race for Mind, the mental health charity. Put together, of course, by the one and only Jimmy Broadbent. And yeah, the 3rd running of that race. If you've not watched it before and you're not quite sure what it is, do a search for it online. They raised £71,000 for Mind last year. An absolutely fantastic effort by everybody involved with the sim racing community. Came together 12 months ago, and as I say, we're doing it all again, and we'll be taking part in it. I'll mainly be doing stints in the night because it's also BUKC qualifiers weekend, so I'm a bit busy in the day, but I'll be doing the dark hour shifts in as I say, in the middle of the night. So qualifying continuing, 47 seconds to go. Still Ryan Sandel on pole position, and the 2 Team Blue cars trying to work together here, Luke. Trying to get, and in fact they have worked together. Jack Cameron Drayton takes provisional pole position.
Wow, what a lap. What a lap there. Working together with his teammate Ryan. Right, that would explain it.
But after all of that, Trevor Randall goes even quicker. So Trevor Randall, who had signs of real speed 1 week ago at Autopolis, snatches pole position. No Callum Brule tonight, so he's the only Team Red runner. And that has really put the cat among the pigeons here. The experienced Trevor Randall spoiling Team Blue's party.
That's very, very good. Did it solo seemingly as well, Trevor Randall on a controller. 117.3, very impressive indeed.
Jack Cameron Drayton has pitted. Somebody is going for a bit of a spin. It's Kirith. Kirith Kart has gone off on his last lap of qualifying. So the front row at the moment of Trevor Randall and Jack Cameron Drayton. Can Ryan Sandel get himself back onto that front row of the grid? Here he goes across the line. Is it going to be pole position for the driver currently second in the standings? No, stays on the second row of the grid. What can Martin Robinson do? Can he move himself up the order? Was racing at Lid in the wet on Sunday. Treviso crosses the line, goes no quicker. GCP Toby's eager to stay 5th. Yes, he does. And Tim Clark goes up to 5th place, though. And I think Martin Robinson's going to stay 4th. So just to reiterate, the initial gridded start will be aborted to allow Nathan Maximan to join and Javier to join as well, so that we'll have 9 cars in the race. But it will be Trevor Randall on pole position. I'm just going to check whether he's had a pole position so far this season. I don't think he has. So really good stuff from Trevor. There's your order then. Treviso on pole position by just over 1/10 and a half. And this whilst we're holding then for the lobby there. Luke, as to say, he's running our lobby tonight as well. Here's the results actually from last time out. So Ryan taking race 1, Nathan taking race 2. We are keeping an eye on lobby 2 tonight as well. So Ollie Smith looking to wrap up the lobby 2 title. Peter Harris there in 2nd place, Eric Mignon. Those guys will be going for trying to get promoted up into lobby 1. If you are watching this, of course, and you're a Club 100 and or BUKC driver past or present and you're on Gran Turismo Sport, even if you're not on Gran Turismo Sport, pick up a PS4 and a copy of GTS. Get in touch. We will be having a Season 6. Not announced yet when that will be, but you can get involved on Facebook. There's the page, Club 100 Gran Turismo Sport Esports. Check out the details there and get involved. Coming up later in the month here on DDMM, we have got 2 more weeks of this season or a series of esports for you. Next Wednesday we will be at Brands Hatch for the penultimate round of the 2021 Legends of Club 100 and BUKC iRacing Championship. That should be a really, really good night of racing. And there is a poll of the drivers going on at the moment. Do we race on the Indy circuit? Do we race on the GP circuit? So if you are one of those drivers and you haven't got your vote in yet, get that vote in now, because it could be the key one to decide which version of Brands Hatch we race on. And then, as I say, 2 weeks in a row. The following week after that, on the Wednesday night as well, we will have the culmination of the iRacing season. We'll be at Interlagos. What a place to have a season finale. And that will all be available for you to watch on the DDMM YouTube channel. If you're enjoying the content and you haven't already, please do consider pressing that subscribe button. And if you're watching tonight and you haven't already done so, why don't give us a share on your social media platform of choice. Right. Just trying to establish where we are in terms of things. I think just having a bit of lobby resetting, and then we'll be getting the race underway. The first race, 20 minutes. If you're new here, it'll be a 20-minute sprint. No tyre wear, no fuel usage for this first race of the evening. So a straight sprint, 20 minutes, based on the qualifying results. There'll be a 30-minute race, reverse grid, with a pit stop, with tyre wear, with fuel usage later on in the evening. That's the 2 races that we've got set for you tonight. Get your comments in as well. Let us know if you're supporting a driver in particular. Good evening to Cathcart in the chat, having a bit of a chill whilst we're having this reset of the order. Luke's busy away working on that one. Also coming up, not on our channel, but over on Alpha Live's channel, 2 weeks' time, we will have... It is definitely the time of year for wrapping up series and crowning champions. We crowned a couple of champions at Lid on Sunday, but we'll be crowning more champions at Bayford Meadows for the final round of the Club 100 Sprints Championship, so do make sure you're tuned in for that. Myself and Howard Mitchell will be on the air, and we'll probably have Comms Box Cam again, which became the mainstream at one point when EE decided they didn't want to provide a service to Alpha Live anymore. So you can follow that as well. Obviously we'll say prioritise the Alpha Live stream, because that's got more content on it, but if you do particularly want to look at mine and Howard's confused faces whilst we're commentating, that will be a radio option with a bit of visual should you want it. Right, I think we are going to go back into the lobby, and we're going to get this first race of the evening started for 20 minutes round here at Willow Springs. And this could be the race that decides who becomes champion for the Club 100 Gran Turismo Esports League Season 5. There is your pole sitter on the left of your screen, Trevor Randall-Trevisio. Jack Cameron Drayton alongside him on the front row. Ryan Sandel in third, needs to win this race, you feel. And now joined at the back of the order is championship leader Nathan Maximan. We are under starters orders here at Willow Springs International Raceway. 20 minutes are on the clock. Round 11 of this season's competition, and away we go. Good start for Jack Cameron Drayton. Can he get alongside Trevor Randall? Well, no, Trevor Randall had a better second phase of his start as they go down into turn 1. Are they all going to survive it? Nathan Maximan has already got past Kirith Cart for 8th place. Ryan Sandel is up the inside of his own teammate Jack Cameron Drayton, going for 2nd place. Martin Robinson there in 4th place. Tim Clark, as ever, up towards the sharp end of the field in 5th, but it's Trevor Randall still leads, shuts the door on Ryan Sandel there. Martin Robinson's trying to get involved. It's nearly 3 wide. There's a bit of dirt being kicked up there as Ryan Sandel's running wide. He's definitely fighting for this, but he's not necessarily moving forward at the moment. Contact between the two Team Blue cars, Jack Cameron Drayton and Ryan Sandel, as Tim Clark's off into the, very wide. That's Tim going for a bit of rallycross. He's going to re-emerge back on the circuit, but with a lot of dirt on his tyres here, Luke. I think as expected, a slightly chaotic start.
That was cleaner than most starts around Willow Springs, put it that way, although I say that we're coming into the final corner now. We're going 3 abreast as we've got a battle going on here for 5th place. Who is going to come up strongest here? How have these guys all survived? Everyone made it through the final corner then. So Martin Robinson in 4th place. Nathan Maximan already just made his way up to 5th after DNFing in qualifying. We've got Javier up to 6th, Kirith Cart in 7th, Toby Nichols in 8th, and Tim Clark having got off in 9th place.
Luke, how should these two teammates in Team Blue be playing this? Trevor Randall's looking very, very quick tonight and is already breaking away. Nathan Maximan now up to 4th place. Do they play the team orders? Do they get Ryan Sandel in front?
I would probably wave Ryan past and then maybe bump draft him along if necessary. I probably wouldn't get in his way though if I was Jack Cameron Drayton, saying that they Jack qualified ahead of him. So there could be an argument either way for who should be leading the way. Trevor Randall though definitely has got a great start though. Qualified on pole, he's broken the slipstream range now as well. 2 of the guys behind, 9/10 ahead of Jack Cameron Drayton. So Trevor's looking great here.
He really, really is. We saw those speeds. I mean, for a very short period, he did lead at Autopolis in the Mazda MX-5s last week. He's leading for a lot longer than a moment here. End of lap number 2. Is the switch between the two Team Blue drivers going to be done here? Down the pit straight they go. No, they're staying in formation. Jack Cameron Drayton ahead of Ryan Sandel there.
Bit of a strange decision by Ryan, in my opinion, to be honest, to stay behind. He had the opportunity then to go up Jackson's side into turn number 1, decided to stay behind though. So seemingly Ryan doesn't want to work together with Jack, clearly has faith in Jack, that he has the pace to catch Trevor Randall up. So interesting choice here by Team Blue. Obviously got to think about the Constructors' Championship as well today. So that is on the line between Team Blue and Team Orange. So is that Jack moving out of the way? Yes it is. So Ryan Sandel now up into 2nd place then, ahead of Jack Cameron Drayton, just pulled out of the way then, going through turn 4, and Ryan Sandel now up into 2nd place.
Yep, I think the Gran Turismo Sport version of Rob Smedley got on the phone to Jack Cameron Drayton there, said Ruswold is faster than you, and the switch has been done. The message has been understood. Good point there, Luke, about the Teams Championship, the Constructors Teams Championship. 10 points is the difference between Team Orange and Team Blue tonight. And currently looking at Team Blue in 2nd and 3rd places. 4th and what's it going to be at the moment? 6th for Team Orange. That, I think, would mean the lead would swap before the last race here. So it is definitely very much in the interests on both fronts for Team Blue to keep working together. Trevor Randall, though, still out front, doing fantastically here. This is quite something from Trevor. And his lap times, last time around, there we go, that's the button I was looking for, 1:17.660 for Trevor. It's not quite the fastest lap at the moment, but a rapid turn of pace here in the Lightning McQueen car.
I think one person we need to look out for is Nathan Maximum. He is just under 1:17.5 and he's reeling these guys in. So he started at the back, started in 9th place, already up to 4th though, only 2 seconds off of Trevor Randall. Also, we didn't get to see Nathan's pace in qualifying. He didn't set a lap, disconnected before he could set one. So got to keep an eye out for him here. He does look quick though as he goes purple once more with a 51.5 at the end of Sector 2.
Tim Clark, I can see, is coming back into this. He's back up to 7th place. He's got ahead of Kirith Kalirai and Toby there, GTP Toby Nichols. Kirith's running a bit wide. It gives an opportunity for Toby Nichols to get close. And in the slipstream as they go down the pit straight and into turn 1. That just showed how easy it is. Kirith did a bit of a wall of death there around the outside, trying to scrub off speed on the front axle to make sure he didn't run too wide and get in the gravel.
Nathan Maxman just set a new fastest lap on the race of a 1:17.3. That's as quick as what Ryan did in qualifying, or sorry, what Trev did in qualifying. So he's setting, pole position, setting pace. So he is looking good here. Got the gap now down to 1.8 seconds to Treviso. Obviously, Nathan's battle today isn't really with Trev. It's with Roswell. It is with Ryan Sandel. He is his championship rival. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens if and when Nathan does reel in those 2 blue cars. What is Jack Cameron Drayton going to do? Is he going to try and be a rolling roadblock? Or is he going to, kind of let Nathan pass somewhat? It'll be interesting to see what happens here.
So I'm just doing the maths here, Luke, to try and work out what this would mean in terms of championship. 25 points for a race victory, +1 for a fastest lap, 20 points for 2nd place, 16 for 3rd place. At the moment, it would be 13 points for 4th place. That would put Nathan Maximin onto 221 points. And for Ryan Sandel, well, we've talked about how his maximum is 225. That would drop a little bit in this current scenario, but I think he would still be 1 point above. So I think it's all looking on this move on Jack Cameron Drayton if Nathan Maximin can do it. If he can get that one spot, and if Trevor Randall can hold on to the lead, take points off Ryan Sandel there, from either side, Nathan Maximin would be doing the job and becoming champion.
Yes. Trevor, meanwhile, he's just made an error and he has got Ryan Sandel right behind him. In fact, Ryan is looking to go for a move here, going down towards the final corner. So heading down to this really tricky long right-hander. He's got the run on Treviso in his slipstream here. Is he going to dive to the right at the last second? Oh, he's giving him a bump draft here. He's going to the left. That's not where you want to be going through this final corner. And it looks like Treviso has managed to hold on to 1st place. Is Ryan going to get the undercut though out of this final corner? He's got a good run on him in Trevor's slipstream, going up to this 1st corner. Trev going defensive once more. You can send it around the outside here at this 1st corner where it is banked. So heading down into turn number 1 then, who is going to come out best? Treviso on the inside. He is trying to keep hold to the lead here as best he can, and he's managing to hold on to it here. So Trev didn't give Ryan the space on exit there, cut him off, gave him no choice but to back out of that then.
Well, Trev, of course, he's going for 3rd place in the championship, has 3rd place at the moment on 115 points, and they're side by side into this tight, twisty part of the circuit. He's got a 5-point lead over Tim Clark at the moment, has Randall, and he doesn't want to let that go. He'd be extending it out with the current race result. But the pressure that he's having to soak up now, the top 4 bumper to bumper as they come onto the back straight here, Luke. For us as neutrals, this is exactly what we wanted from this race. A real ding-dong at the front. Everybody wanting to win this race.
My only concern is just how easy it is to crash around here. If you're in a pack of 4 going around this track, that's dangerous. Very, very dangerous, especially this last corner here, as we've got Ryan Sandel on the outside of Javicio here, going through the final corner. They've both managed to survive. Ryan, they've got a good exit here, trying to pull along Trev, alongside Trev. He's got his teammate Jack Cameron Drayton giving him a bump draft too, going down towards this first corner. Are we going to get a repeat of the previous lap? Ryan sending it around the outside, still on the outside here as they come out of turn number 1. He's still got an overlap here as they go into this second corner, but he is backed out of it. So Ryan Sandel then still in second place, Jack Cameron Drayton right on the outside, trying to get past where possible, and Nathan Maximin is licking his lips there, just waiting for any carnage to unfold.
Nathan Maximin playing a very sensible game at the moment, if you ask me. Jack Cameron Drayton was mere millimetres away from disaster as Trevor Randall defends again through the S's. Nathan knows if just one of these drivers ahead falls off the road, he's then in championship winning position. Doesn't need to make an overtake at this stage of the race. We're at the halfway point. 10 minutes gone, 10 minutes to go. Good evening to Greg Smith in the chat. Feeling fresh out of Lid 2 days ago. Absolutely. Some good racing there, Greg, at the weekend. Great to have you along for this final round, this final meeting for the Gran Turismo Sports League for Club 100 drivers. Down the pit straight we go then. Trevor Randall will defend to the inside again. We've been side by side for the last couple of laps here, Luke. Here we go again into turn 1. Can Ryan Sandel do it?
He's right on the outside. Has he been pushed off the track? He has. Ryan Sandel who's off, so is his teammate. Both of them are off the circuit. Ryan Sandel managed to regain composure into third place, but Jack Cameron Drayton now is out of the race. Miles off the circuit and down in last place. So that was a sketchy moment then between those drivers. You had Trevor trying to defend for his life, and he just run Ryan a little bit wide then. Going out of turn 1, Ryan went off onto the desert basically, came back onto the track, hit Jack Cameron Drayton, and well, his teammate is now out of the race. Trevor Randall in first, Nathan Maximin now in second, and Ryan Sandel in third.
Well, that is a huge moment, not just in the Drivers' Championship, but in the Teams' Championship as well. We talked about how Team Blue had 2 cars up at the front of the field. We're taking points off Team Orange and taking the lead. That is not the case now, with the lead orange car ahead of the lead blue. The second orange car ahead of the second blue car. And Nathan Maximin now in second place. It's no doubt now, if the race was to finish like this, Nathan Maximin would be crowned champion. It's all up to Ryan Sandel to try and get by. Nathan Maximin now trying to look around the outside of Trevor Randall. What a race this has been so far. It's been one of the stories of this 5th season, that Trevor Randall's was bounced back from a disappointing season 4 and is finishing here with the best race that we've seen from him so far this season over the past 10 weeks or so. It's fascinating to watch, and he still leads here at Willow Springs.
It was a bit of a forceful defence then, I admit, against Ryan Sandel. Maybe was a little bit too forceful, because Ryan was quite a long way alongside as they came out of that first corner. But like you say, Trevor is doing a great job here. Put it on pole position, now leading the race, fending off the 2 fastest drivers in this league, and 2 of the fastest drivers, the British to be honest, in Nathan and Ryan. Doing a great job here. Can he hold on for the final 7 minutes of this race?
Not forgotten about the second group behind. Tim Clark still ahead of Javier Gorostidi Turner as Nathan Maximin looks to the outside of Trevor Randall there. Can he get the run down the pit straight now and get underneath? That's what I feel he's got to do. He's got to get down underneath into turn 1, because Trevor Randall is so good at holding drivers around the outside here through turn 1. Nathan Maximin has got his nose ahead. Can he close down? No. Again, Trevor Randall just holds that position, knows where to place his car. Nathan Maximin knows the door is going to be closed, gets himself out of it, and we stay as we are. Trevor ahead of Nathan, ahead of Ryan, but Ryan here, Luke, really fighting to try and get back past.
this could get dirtier between Ryan and Nathan, the two championship contenders. Are they going to keep it clean, or are we going to have a similar incident to what we had at round 2 at Brands Hatch? We've got Ryan on the outside of Nathan right now, trying to get past where he can, or he tried doing the undercut then on Nathan, coming out of the hairpin. Nathan was smart to it though, took it nice and slowly and managed to keep Ryan behind. So these two scrapping over second place here. In the championship, we think that if Nathan finishes second, he'll definitely win the championship from what the maths that we've done. If he finishes third though, he might not win the championship on this race. He will have to go to the next race. So it is very important for Nathan to hold on to second place here, as we have 6 minutes remaining now coming through this final corner.
Here's an alternative strat for you, Luke. If you're Nathan Maximin, I don't think he will do this because we know how hard a racer he is. He wants to win every single race he can. If he backed off now and allowed Trevor Randall to scarper down the road, he hold Ryan Sandel up at the same time, you know, he could almost afford Ryan Sandel to slip by on the last lap or so, because he's never going to catch Trevor and lose those points as a result.
If I was Nathan, I would maybe take the lead, but only if there's a very safe opportunity to do so. I wouldn't risk it round the outside of turn 1, because then you could suffer a similar fate to what Ryan suffered. So I would only overtake where safe, and I would otherwise just defend against Ryan. I'll just stare at that radar and just fend him off as best as possible, as Ryan now, who's looking to go for the move, then coming into the left-hander, but he's got the undercut on Nathan. He's trying to get past it, heading down now to this final corner. He's all over the back of Nathan Maximin. The thing is with Nathan though, is he does have slipstream himself, so Ryan isn't gaining on Nathan here down this straight. Is Nathan going to go defensive into this final corner? Looks like he is. So Ryan going to go to the outside. Can he get the undercut on Nathan on the exit of this final corner? Doesn't look like he's able to, as these two still in line astern. Treviso now trying to weave from side to side, trying to break that slipstream to Nathan, as Nathan now, is he going to go for the move round the outside of this first corner? It's a risky move to go for on Trev. Is he going to be able to make a stick? No, he's not. Ryan Sandel now got the undercut on Nathan as they head down towards turn 2. Ryan on the outside. Probably isn't going to work out for him, but Treviso is going slow on the inside of the corner, so can Ryan make this stick? Still on the outside of Nathan, going through turn 2, gonna have the inside for turn number 3. Is he gonna go for the lunge here? No, he is not. So Nathan then realised what was going on, was looking at his radar, saw that Ryan was probably gonna go for the move, so he went defensive, and Nathan Maximin just about holding on to that critical second place. Really good stuff there from Nathan Maximin. There was a crucial point there for me, Luke, where he just coming out of turn 2, he got the advantage, he got clear of the side-by-side situation and cut across. But here we go again. Oh, look at that, flipping back and forth. Really harsh racing to keep Ryan Sandel behind. And remember, these two got together last week. There was a penalty for Nathan Maximin post-race for an ABC. As once again, Nathan Maximin looking to the outside. Anything could happen in the remaining 3 minutes of this race, but Trevor Randall's weak, very weak. Off the corner, we're going to go 3 wide down the pit straight here at Willow Springs. Who's going to yield here? 2 drivers fighting for the title, 1 fighting for the 3rd place of the race, which still on the inside is Ryan Sandel. But look at that round there. Ryan Sandel's got through. What an overtake on both Nathan Maximin and Trevor Randall. Trevor Randall's been holding that inside line for so many laps here, against Ryan and Nathan. I'm getting too many names and they're all excited in my head, but what a piece of racing there between these 3 drivers, and it's still not done as they go through the S's. See, I said you could go around the outside of turn 1. What a move by Ryan Sandel then. He was on the outside of 3 abreast. I thought he was going to end up in the desert then, but he managed to just send it around the outside, late on the brakes, use the banking on turn number 1 to take himself round turn 1 to carry the speed through and manage to take the win, as they are now spreading out. So Nathan's just made a big mistake thing. Coming out of turn number 2, he went off onto the desert. Coming out of turn 2, he's got dirty tyres as a result, and he's on the borderline of falling out of Trevor's slipstream range here, which would be a big issue for Nathan Maximin. So the scenario now with the points, it goes back to Ryan Sandel looking at the perfect evening. That would leave him on 225 points. That's on the basis that he wins, because the other thing that's crucial here,
Luke, is that he's got the fastest lap whilst he's been sitting in the slipstream of the drivers ahead before making that move. So, you know, at the moment, he's still on for getting that maximum 225 that he could get at the start of the night. Nathan Maximin, in the meantime, 191. Hang on, let's just do the point calculations again. Minus the 7 plus the 16, carry the half and all the rest of it. 223. So at the moment he's 2 points short. Still doable by just sitting on the rear bumper of Ryan Sandel in the next race. But I think he would just like to have it done if he can in this 20-minute race, so he can relax in the endurance tonight. If he wants to do that, he's got to get past Trevor Randall.
Nathan is on course for the fastest lap here. He's just gone purple at the end of sector number 2, so that could throw your calculations out the window as they go through this final corner now. We've got Ryan going defensive on Trevor Randall. Trevor still wants to win this race if possible. Nathan coming out the final corner here. He's got the slipstream up to the finish line. Is he going to get a new fastest lap here? Is he going to get that 1 point off of Ryan? Or not quite. 7,000ths of a second in it as they are now through abreast, going down into turn number 1. Ryan going defensive, managed to hold on to first place here. Is Nathan going to be able to get past Treviso and get that crucial second place? Doesn't look like he's going to be able to hit, as we are now on the final lap of the race. Who is going to take this win?
Time has expired. The checkered flag will be out the next time the drivers cross start finish. Ryan Sandel has had to fight for this and is still going to have to fight for this with half a lap to go. Trevor Randall there in second place. Nathan Maximin in third. They're coming out of the S's now, kicking up the dirt. Sorry for everybody else behind. We've not been able to take our eyes off this battle because there's so much riding on it in the context of this championship. We're going to go down the back straight now. Ryan Sandel is having to go defensive on the two drivers behind. There's still the question of the fastest lap as well, which could really change things. It's that close out there. But round the final corner, what a race as this has been, as Trevor Randall still trying to look for a switchback. There's going to be a drag race to the line, but once again this season, Ryan Sandel is going to win a race in the Club 100 Gran Turismo Sports League. A brilliant victory. Second for Trevor Randall, third for Nathan Maximin. Ryan got the fastest lap as well, which means the title fight continues. It goes into the final race of the season with work still to be done by both drivers. Tim Clark finished in 4th, 5th for Martin Robinson, 6th for Toby Nichols, 7th for Javier Gorostidi Turner. But what a race. Last week we had some of the best races of the season. Luke, I think we've just seen one that beats all of them so far this year. A fantastic spectacle.
That was quite good, wasn't it? That was a very good race. And Nathan, by the way, oh so nearly got second place as he crossed the line. Then he was side by side with Trevor. There was barely anything in it. And he nearly got the fastest lap as well on that second to last lap, which would have won him the championship, I believe, because it would have taken a point off Ryan, given a point to himself. So he was 7,000ths away from the championship, basically, just in terms of the fastest lap. So yeah, great racing there between those three drivers.
Fascinating stuff here on the Club 100 Gran Turismo Sports Series. We're going to be back very soon. We've got one more race this evening, one more race for the season. The 30-minute feature race is coming right up. Back here on the Double Dash Motorsport Media YouTube channel, we have been frantically doing all the maths and all the things to try and work out the situation here in the championship. Luke Battersby with me in comms, in the virtual comms box. I'm struggling to think, Luke, of a scenario I've ever seen coming to the end of a championship that's, well, apart from BUKC, we've got a few like this. This is ridiculously close and could be about to get even closer out there on the circuit.
Yes, and we are very confused, so apologies in advance for being a bit not quite sure who's champion or whatnot at the end of the race if we are a bit unsure. We do apologise in advance. The thing that makes it so difficult is there's drop rounds, so it's not a clear cut, oh well, he scores 26 points so that adds on to what he's currently got. It gets wholly very, very confusing, so we do apologise in advance if there is any confusion.
What we do know is this: as it stands, Nathan Maxman still has the championship lead. Now we're counting now as if this race doesn't happen, everyone gets 0. This is what the scores would end the season on. 204 for Nathan, 199 for Ryan, so there's a 5-point gap between them going into this one. In terms of what those drivers can achieve, well, Ryan can score up to 225 points. That's if he wins this race and gets the fastest lap. For Nathan, it's 230. It's different still, 5 points. Now, of course, both of them can't both win the race and both get the fastest lap. So here's what would need to happen. If Ryan was to finish and get 225, that would be 26 points. And actually, I'm going to redo my maths again here, mate. I think that would, if it is going to be down to who wins this race, because if Ryan wins and gets fastest lap 225, Nathan, the maximum possible points he'd be able to get is 20, so he'd finish 1 point short on 224. We'll just confirm that. As I say, it's all
Nathan,
a little bit complicated out
Ryan
there.
can't get 225.
Ah, no, he can't, can he? Because he's
not on 199. He's on 196 potentially. What's it? Whatever 170? No,
173 plus 26, because he scored 26 from, to confirm that, yeah, he did get the fastest lap in that last race.
Drops a 13. Basically, viewers, we don't know. We are completely confused. It is so confusing because I think he's replaced the 13 with a 26, so he's gained 13 points on 173, which would put him on 186. Whilst Nathan has replaced a 7 with a 16, so that it puts him on like 200. 200, yeah. So we've got 186 versus 200, maybe, although my maths is probably wrong there. But that's a very rough mental calculation I've just done. I think we're on 186 versus 200, maybe.
It's all right. An impromptu spreadsheet of doom is being created as I speak, so you can update it as the points go along. Just to confirm, mate, we did have Nathan in 3rd place in that last lap, last race, didn't we? So that's a 16 score.
16, yeah.
Yep. Bear with us, folks, whilst we just run through all of this. It's the best 10 scores. In terms of the season so far, Luke, what's this has been the first one that you've commentated on? What's been your favourite part?
That is a very good question. I think all of it. I mean, I loved race 1. That was my, just as a personal highlight, my first time commentating alongside somebody, and I just absolutely loved that. It was like a dream come true for me, and this whole season has been just brilliant for me. Just actually being a commentator is something I've absolutely loved, and yeah, commentating on the series is such a great series to commentate on. I'm sure viewers, I'm sure you'll agree, the series is so competitive. Might not have the biggest lobbies, but the drivers are all so good, all so clean, all just so competitive, absolutely brilliant. We are blessed to see Nathan and Ryan racing against one another. They are two of the fastest players in Britain. quite easily. So seeing those two go head-to-head against each other each week and so often battle to the end of the race has just been brilliant in my opinion. Absolutely love this whole season. I think Andrew's currently spamming.
I'm thumping Excel quickly to get everything up to a point where we can tell you definitively what is going on, and even then it might still be too close to call. There we go. Let's see if that works.
Master, feel free to give us a hand because we are confused.
This is where I need Mr. Whitehouse again. He was doing this all for me on Sunday, working out who was top of the standings.
We need our secret mathematician. So yeah, I'm just going to run you through here the cars that we have got. So we've got Nathan Maximin, who is in the Mitsubishi Lancer, which is an interesting car choice for this season. It's a very strong car around this circuit, the Mitsubishi Lancer. It has actually topped the times before now around Laguna Seca in the Group 4 class. So Nathan's got a very strong car. His front tyres are going to die off quite quickly though, because it is a four-wheel drive car. The front tyres are going to really, they're going to be under a lot of strain. So Nathan's going to have troubles with tyre wear, but he's going to have a quick car. We've got Ryan Sandel in the Dodge Viper, not that quick a Group 4 car, but it's not that bad either. It's not bad at anything, it's not amazing at anything, it's just a good all-rounder. Then we've got Toby Nichols, he's in the BMW M4, that's a very good car, good at short shifting. Not good at standing starts though, so he will get swamped off the line, but that is a strong car. Then got Javier Gorostidi-Turner, also in the BMW M4. Tim Clark, he is in the Jaguar, could very well go for the no stop today. So that is definitely an option around Laguna Seca, a very twisty circuit. Definitely do a lot of short shifting, save a lot of fuel. We could see Tim go for the no stop like he did at Blue Bay. Then we've got Treviso, who is in the Mercedes AMG, not a great car, I'm not going to lie. So he is going to be struggling here today. Although this car is strong-ish around Laguna Seca. This is its strongest track of the season. Then we've got Martin Robson, he is in the BMW M4, and then Kieran Kart in the BMW M4 as well. Are we ready to go? Andrew Mather, have we got XL working?
I think we are. We've got a Nathan Rowe and we've got a Ryan Rowe, and I can tell you that no, it's still not working for me. Oh, come on. What's it doing now? I'll have it working in about 2 seconds. Right, if Ryan was to win this race, he would finish the season on 225 points. If Nathan finishes second, he finishes on 227. So second is still enough for Nathan to win the title. If Nathan finishes in third place, he'd finish on 223. But if he gets the fastest lap, we would then be on a tie for both of them on 224. And just to make things even more complicated, they'd be tied on number of race victories. We'd be going to number of second places, which at the moment would put it in the direction of Ryan. We think, provisionally, with a capital P. That is the situation out there. Let's get this race underway then, Luke. And do you know what, mate? I'm going to give you the honours of calling the start of this one for the last race of the year.
Oh, okay, so here we are then. For round number 12, the final round of Season 5 of the Club 100 Gran Turismo Series. Starting on pole position, with it being a reverse grid, is Kieran Kart. We then got Jack Cameron Drayton in second place ahead of Javier Gorostidi-Turner. Got Toby Nichols in fourth, Martin Robson starting in P5, then Tim Clark sixth, Nathan Maximin in seventh place, Treviso in eighth, and then we have got Ryan Sandel starting in ninth place. So we've got to look out for cars having good starts here and cars having bad starts. It's definitely something you can look out for here in this series. As I have technical issues here. Why is my replay coming up? I do not know. So here we go then. For the race start, we've got Kieran Kart in the lead of the race ahead of Jack Cameron Drayton, with Javier Gorostidi Turner in third place, going for the outside into turn number 1. Who is going to come out best here? As we've got a lot of drivers, 2 abreast now, going through turn number 2, going up turn 3. Looks like Kieran Cox has managed to keep the lead of the race as Toby Nichols looking up the inside of Jack Cameron Drayton. Jack Cameron Drayton now getting swamped, going down the field, down to 4th place, having started second on the grid. He's now got Martin up his inside too. Is Martin going to get 4th place off of him? No, he's not, as now Nathan Maximin fighting his way through the field in 6th place, going side by side with Martin down into turn number 5, and Nathan now up into 5th with Ryan Sandel up into 7th place.
I get the feeling here, Luke, that these early laps are going to be really crucial for the context of this race, and we've seen Nathan Maximin be able to get himself through the traffic a little bit quicker than Ryan Sandel at points this season as he looks to the outside of Ryan's teammate through the corkscrew. That would be a brave manoeuvre. Bit of a touring car door-to-door situation there. Still on the outside of Jack Cameron Drayton. Jack Cameron Drayton's going to keep his nose in there. He's not going to allow Nathan Maximin through easily, but this time on the inside for the penultimate corner, Nathan Maximin has got through and is up to 4th.
Good move there by Nathan. Round the outside into the corkscrew. We've got a car off. I can hear tyre squirrel. Looks like Martin Robson just dipped a wheel onto the gravel, going down into the final corner. And he is now gone down to 8th place. Meanwhile, Nathan Maximin now up into 3rd place. So he's managed to make his way past GTP Toby, I believe, into 3rd. So good start then for Nathan. Made up for, 4 places in the first lap.
Still very early stages of this race, so take this with a pinch of salt. But if the race was to finish right now, Nathan would finish on 223 points, Ryan on 212. So a bit of pressure is on Ryan Sandel to get through the traffic as quickly as possible. He's currently tucked under the rear axle. Oh, it was wide there. Martin Robinson going for a bit of, well, I was about to say grass cutting, but it's Laguna Seca. Sand cutting, if that is a thing. Just survived. He's there in 7th place. Ryan's got to get himself up the order, though. He needs to control this race, Luke. He needs to win it, of course, if he's going to take this title. At the moment, he's half a second behind GTP Toby, and seeing those in the lead stretch away. As up to 2nd place is Nathan Maximin, now trying to go around the outside of Kirith Kart. Kirith Cali there in 2nd place. He's got it done. Through goes Nathan Maximin into that crucial lead, and further firms up his position at the front of the field.
What a start by Nathan Maximin. Gone from 7th on the grid up into the lead, and now broken the slipstream range to the guys behind who are fighting furiously. Meanwhile, we've got Ryan Sandel down in 6th place here, so he's miles behind Nathan. He's got all these cars to try and get past here as they head down to turn number 1. We've got Jack Cameron Drayton, Ryan's teammate, on the outside. He's getting dive-bombed here. Looks like there's been a bit of contact there between GTP Toby and Arthur M. Silver Arrow. And now Ryan trying to get through. Is his teammate going to jump out the way? Jack is kind of getting in Ryan's way here now. Who is going to come out on top here? As Toby now on the outside of Jack going through turn number 4. Ryan's got a good run though out of the corner, and he has got past his teammate Jack. So cleared his fellow Team Blue driver then. And now, he's going for the move on Toby. That was a very late lunge then going into turn number 5. But he's managed to make it stick. So Ryan Sandel then made up 2 places in the space of about 1 corner. Up into 4th place now. 3.5 seconds behind Nathan. Can he reel him in?
He really had to do that for me, Luke. He had to get up the inside. It was a bit touring car. It was a bit door-to-door. But it was just about fair for me. He was under control of his car at all times. So up to 4th place is Ryan Sandel. At the moment, this position for Ruswald would be a dropped score. He's not actually advancing his way up the tally at the moment. He's got Kirith Calirai and Javier Gorostidi Turner ahead of him, and we've not seen much of Javier so far tonight, but he's got a key role to play now as a Team Orange teammate for Nathan, and he's been very strong in this BMW so far this season. If he could delay Ruswald, even if it's by a second or 2 across the next 5 minutes or so, that could be a pivotal bit of time gained in the favour of his teammate.
What you got to remember in this race is that you've got fuel, you've got tyres, you've got pit stops. there can be a massive swing in positions in the pit stops. So Ryan Sandel, he is short shifting right now. I'm watching him now, and he is short shifting like crazy, trying to save fuel. So Ryan could just sit behind Javier here, sit behind him in 4th place, short shift like crazy, and then jump him in the pit stops. So it's going to be one you need to follow here. Meanwhile, we've got Tim Clark down in 8th place. It looks like he is going for the no stop. So I think he's going to be doing what he did at Blue Moon Bay, where he short shifts like crazy and then tries to do the race without making a pit stop.
Yep, the tyre whisperer is at it again there in the Jaguar F-Type. And the good news for him is that this group ahead aren't really working together. There's a lot of them, but he's able to keep in touch with them. And well, Javier is now up to 2nd place. I think he is playing the team game here, deliberately defending. Oh, he's gone deep though. He's gone deep into the last corner, and that means that Ryan Sandel is through and into 2nd place.
Good move there by Ryan. So now we do have the 2 championship protagonists in 1st and 2nd place. We'll presume that Ryan will get away here, so he should probably pull away from this pack behind as they are fighting like crazy. We've got 3 abreast coming out of turn 2 here between Kieran Kart, Martin Robertson and Javier Garistidi Turner. Now Kieran Kart is up into 3rd place, sorry, with Martin now on the outside of Javier Garistidi Turner. So Martin now in 4th place. So we've got 2 black cars now in 3rd and 4th place, and yes, Ryan has pulled away from this pack as predicted.
Yeah, now he's got to get on with it. And oh, he's pushing hard, runs wide, nearly does a full spin there. Up the hill now to the corkscrew. So there's more stuff going on behind. Martin Robinson was pretty sideways, I just saw there. Let's have a look at how that all occurred. So it was coming through the kink. Does he just get to... Oh, he runs wide. Runs wide. That's a brilliant hold in retrospect from Martin Robinson to keep himself there in 4th.
My early favourite for the win in this race is Tim Clark.
Yeah.
He is only 9 seconds behind Nathan here, and the pit lane lost time at Laguna Seca, it is absolutely vast. It is the worst circuit in Gran Turismo for pit lane lost time. You lose something like half a minute just to get to your pit box. So Tim could be doing a genius move here as we are 3 abreast now, going down towards turn number 1 between Martin, Javier and Toby. And it looks like Toby is now up into 4th place ahead of Martin and Javier, although Javier now having something to say about that on the outside of Toby as they head down to turn number 3. Who is going to come out on the top now as they go up? Oh, we got Martin off. Martin off into the gravel. Is he going to be able to keep this under control here as he rejoins the circuit? Yes, he is, but now down to 8th place. So we have got fighting like crazy here in this mid-pack.
It's been one of the great things about this season, the fight from 3rd in the standings down to 7th. Trevor, Tim, Jack, Javier and Toby have all had strong moments across the course of the last 5.5 rounds. Trevor, of course, has the advantage now, having won the first race this evening, but this Mercedes has not treated him well so far this year, and it is an opportunity for those ahead of him in this race to claw those points back. Meanwhile, front of the field, Nathan Maximan leading by nearly 7 seconds now. How are their tyres looking in comparison, Luke? It's going to be very hard for Ryan to close down 7 seconds on pure pace. Is he trying to do something different on strategy, do you think?
Nathan's tyres are actually looking really quite good. They're in a lot better states than Ryan's, which is quite a surprise. Nathan in the four-wheel drive car, he's got quite good front tyre wear here. Now, Ryan also looking decent as well. They're on a similar amount of fuel as well. Kieran Kart is, well, he's not doing the strategy game. He's just going flat out and defending like crazy. His front right tyre is already knackered, basically, and he's already on half a tank, unlike everybody else, as he's now still trying to hold into 3rd place. He's just got biffed off there by Toby Nichols going through turn number 4, and Kieran now down to 4th place. He's got Javier on his inside now going into turn number 5. Javier now up into 4th place. We've got Jack Cameron Drayton as well, looking all over the back of Kieran's car. So he's just lost 2 places in 2 corners as they now settle back down. So Toby Nichols up in 2nd place. Looks like Treviso, by the way, is going for the no-stop. So both Tim Clark and Trevor are short shifting like crazy here and should be doing the no-stop around this track.
Can you tell it's the last race of a season, ladies and gentlemen? This is brilliant stuff. Very entertaining for a Tuesday night. I hope you're enjoying the racing. If you want to see more stuff like this, do make sure you've clicked that subscribe button to us here on DDMM. Good evening to David Whitehouse. He must have heard us. We need the maths. We need the genius, like you did for us on Sunday, David. It's a very close scenario here as we're in the final race of the season. 8 seconds now the lead for Nathan Maximin over Ryan Sandel. It's going up. It's going in the direction of the Team Orange driver. If the race was to finish right now, he would finish. Let me just put the points back in. No, he wouldn't finish on 1,833 points, but he may as well do, because at the moment it would be 233. 233 is what Nathan would finish on. Ryan would be on 219. So over the course of the night, the 18-point gap would be reduced, but not enough in the favour of the Season 1 and Season 2 champion. It would be the Season 3 and Season 4 champion becoming the first 3-time winner of this series. Down the corkscrew he goes, and he's absolutely flying. This lap in particular, he's already up to 9.3 seconds.
Jack Kirth and Martin Robson all flew off the circuit there, coming out of, I think, what's called a rainy curve. And now Jack Cameron Drayton off as well at the corkscrew. These guys are fighting like crazy. Tim Clark now up into 5th place. The fuel-saving Tim Clark on the no-stop up to 5th place. Jack Cameron Drayton down 7th. And Kirth Clark down to 8th here. These guys all have dirty tyres, having all flown off the circuit, as you're seeing now on the screen. And yeah, we are now got Tim all the way up in 5th. He's looking strong here. Looks like Tim Clark could win this race.
Yeah, we were just having a look at those replays and what was going on there with Jack Cameron Drayton. As you say, the dirty tyres really not helping these drivers. And Tim Clark gaining positions out of this. 17 minutes and 45 seconds of this race to go. Looking good at the moment for Nathan Maximin, but a lot can change here.
I just want to know how Tim saves his tyres that well. He's not looking amazing. He's barely used his tyres. It looks like he's got a fresh set on as we are now halfway through this race. Only 18 seconds as well off of the lead, with a pit stop costing you a lot of time around here, something like 40 seconds. So he is looking good here, as we've got Martin Robertson and Jack Cameron Drayton fighting here. We've got Martin off the circuit once more, so that's 2 laps in a row. He's gone cross country and he is now in the walls. And Martin Robertson now down to 9th place. I think he was trying to hold it around the outside of Jack Cameron Drayton there, and yes, off he has gone into the wall.
Yeah, not good news there. Apologies, the bots have found us in the chat, and for some reason Streamlabs is not Streamlabs moderator shouts at you, the viewer, for putting too many exclamation marks, doesn't shout at the bots that we won't talk about anymore. Don't worry, Dave's in the chat, he'll sort it out. 16.5 minutes to go. 11 seconds is now the lead for Nathan Maximin, and this race is not going the way I was expecting, Luke.
Nathan's doing very well, isn't he? Having started in 7th place, he's just set a new fastest lap of the race of a 1:26.8, and he's flying off into the distance here. He's doing a decent job on fuel. He's only got just under half a tank. Tyres are still looking good as well. Tyres are exactly the same as Ryan's, pretty much in terms of wear, and the fuel is pretty much the same. So Nathan is doing an absolutely phenomenal job here. Definitely looking to try and take the championship in style.
Good to see GTP Toby there in 3rd place. Has been on the podium so far this season, twice on the podium, once at in race week 3, and then again in race week 4. One of those in the Mazda, one of those here in the GT cars, the manufacturer's choice. But he's got a good gap to Javier Garcidi Turner, and Team White, well, I think they're pretty much guaranteed that they're going to get 3rd place, as Ryan's in. Ryan is in. Now, what is happening here? Is that an early stop and going for the undercut? Well, it is 50 minutes to go, and Kiritin and Jack Cameron Drayton. Is this what you're expecting, Luke, from Ryan, or is this one final desperate throw of the dice to do something different to Nathan?
This is when I would pit. To be honest, it's halfway through the race. It's the logical time to pit, and it's best for your tyres as well. So you're doing 15 minutes on each set of soft tyres. So let's look at the gap then when Ryan comes out the pits. Let's see how long this pit stop takes. We need to look at that because of the Tim Clark and Treviso situation with those guys not pitting. So what is the pit stop lost time like here? He's just done a 1 minute 57, Ryan, on that lap. So he has lost half a minute courtesy of that pit stop. So if we jump then to Tim Clark in 4th place, Tim, he's 22 seconds behind Nathan and was 11 seconds behind Ryan. So those are the numbers you need to think about then when thinking about Tim not stopping and Ryan having to reel Tim in. Tim certainly looks on course for a podium finish here.
Just to confirm, we have had from our series equivalent of the FIA the second tiebreaker would be fastest laps, then second places, then third places. At the moment, not looking likely like we'll be getting into that scenario, but remember, if it's the case as in the pits are both Team Orange cars and GTP Toby, Tim Clark takes the lead of the race. If it was the scenario of Ryan winning and third place for Nathan with the fastest lap, Nathan would be champion in that case. 13 minutes and 15 seconds to go. This is the key point of the race now for Tim Clark, Luke. How big is his lead going to be?
It is going to be, as we watch Nathan exit the pits here, he is going to be 10.5 seconds behind Tim. So I definitely think Nathan is going to catch Tim up here. He's definitely going to catch Trevor off. Trevor's tyres are dying off here. Trevor's been rather brutal to his front right. But Nathan definitely should get the win. Ryan Sandel, though, don't think going to get, well, is he going to get on the podium here? He's probably going to get a third off Treviso, but I don't think he's going to catch either Nathan or Tim Clark here. Not a great race for Ryan. His fastest lap of the race as well is nearly a second slower than Nathan's. Does look like Ryan has struggled here, so Ryan now in 4th place.
Yeah, he's got a 6.4 second gap over GTP Toby. 6th place at the moment on the road for Jack Cameron Drayton, who's pushing hard. Puts a wheel in the sand there. So after some early fun out there, looks like the field has spread out from that battle that we were seeing from 3rd place to 6th. Pace at the moment for Tim Clark, 1:28.533 last time around. Comparison, Trevor behind on a 1:30.4, and then for at the moment the driver that we think is going to the title, 1:29.5 for Nathan Maximin, and clearing Trevor here in 2nd place, doing it cleanly, doing it quickly. Could be big for whether Nathan's going to catch up to Tim there in the Jaguar.
I think Trevor is pulling over here. Yes, he is pulled over to the right and then just backed off. So Nathan now up into 2nd place then, ahead of Treviso, who I think has realised that he is being rather brutal to his front right tyre. And yeah, Nathan now off in hot pursuit of Tim Clark. Nathan in the first stint was doing consistent low 127s with one high 126. What is he going to be able to do in the second stint? It's probably going to be similar lap times, if not a bit quicker, because the car's now lighter. He's only got half a tank, and he's got fresh, soft tyres. So if you compare that to Tim's lap times, Nathan's probably going to be about 2 seconds a lap quicker than Tim Clark, just because he can go flat out on his fresh, soft tyres. So it probably is going to be the victory for Nathan Maximin. We've still got about 10 laps of this race to go. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting finale. Can Ryan catch Tim Clark up, and will Ryan be able to breeze past Treviso?
10 minutes to go. Keep comments coming in, as long as they're clean, here on the DDMM YouTube channel. We've got more esports, more sim racing coming up for you in the next fortnight. Wednesday night next week we'll be at Brands Hatch for the penultimate round of the 2021 Legends of Club 100 and BUKCI Racing Championship, and then again the following week the final round at Interlagos to complete that season of competition. And still plenty to play for across the different classes, across the categories as well. We'll have the front-wheel drive cars out next week in at Brands for a proper touring car race there, like a BTCC finale, and then we'll be finishing at Interlagos with the GT3. It was a belter of a finale last year at Interlagos, and of course this being I've been seeing on the social media channels, making me feel very old, Luke. On this day, some 13 years ago, Lewis Hamilton won his first World Championship at Interlagos in that very memorable race. Felipe Massa won, but broke down in tears, lost the championship by 1 point there on the podium. As I say,
do you want me to make you feel even more?
No, don't do it. I know exactly what you're thinking. Don't do it. I was 8 years
old at the time.
You're killing me, Luke. You really are. 9 minutes to go. 5.5 seconds is the gap for Nathan Maximin to catch up to Tim Clark. So it is coming down. And Nathan Maximin is doing the job here. And he needed to do more than the job that he needed to do. Remember, he needed to get second place in this race, irrespective of what anybody else did. He's beating his title rival Ryan Sandel at the moment, and he's now closing down to try and retake the race lead. Here is Ryan Sandel, and just doesn't seem to have the pace today around Laguna Seca. 5 seconds behind Trevor at the moment. That gap is closing, 5 seconds ahead of GTP Toby. I think what we've got to say there about Ryan's season. It would be easy to be despondent with second place for the third season in a row, but he has stepped up his level of competition this year, and he has pushed Nathan Maximin all the way.
He has had a superb second half of the season. First half of the season was good, but I would say Nathan did dominate the first half of the season. But Ryan, he's really put his foot down in the second half, kept up with Nathan for sure, beating him hands down on a number of occasions, and has been able to take the championship battle to this final round. But yeah, like you say, it does look like Nathan is going to win at this championship here. He is a good 15 seconds ahead of Ryan Sandel, with Tim Clark now only 3.5 seconds ahead of Nathan in the lead.
There he is. There is visual for Nathan Maximin. He can now see when he's on a long enough straight, like this one under the Cooper Tyres bridge, the Jaguar that he's chasing down to take the lead of this race with 7 minutes to go. 13 seconds now, his gap over Trevor Randall. Do you think Trevor is on for holding on to this top four? I mean, I'm assuming here that Ryan Sandel is going to catch and overtake, but how's his pace looking relative to those behind who have made a stop? I'm thinking Toby, I'm thinking Jack, I'm thinking Javier.
Very bad. I would be surprised if he doesn't finish right the way down the order, because Trev's front right tyre has really died now. He's pushed it a little bit too much. It is really starting to die off, and he's doing 1:31s compared to 1:26s behind. So he is going to sink here. He's got Ryan Sandel about to get past him as they head into the corkscrew. And yeah, Treviso's just got to hang on here. Of course, the tyre wear is only going to get worse. He's only going to lose more grip as time goes by. He's only going to understeer more as well, as Ryan does now got the inside of Treviso. So Ryan Sandel now up into third place. Trevor's going to really just try and hang on here.
6 minutes to go. 2.7 seconds now the lead for Tim Clark, who is at least looking good for a podium, I'd say. Unless Luke corrects me and he's looking at the data. It's been another superb performance. It's not the first time we've seen Tim do this season. 1.9 seconds now the gap. What's happening further down the order? How's Jack Cameron Drayton doing in this fight for the team's championship? I think it's still advantage Team Orange.
Looks like Nathan had an off on the previous lap, so I'm just looking at his lap times here. Lap 14 and 15 were both 1:26.2s, then did a 1:28 1.1 on the previous lap, so it looks like he has had an incident here. Still though, only 1.1 seconds behind Tim Clark. As Shafi showed now, is sinking further down the order, so he's now gone down to 5th place behind Toby Nichols. So Nathan should be able to still win this race and this championship.
Here we go then to go on to lap number 18. Is this the moment for Nathan Maximin to close in and take the race lead? He's right under the rear wing of the Jaguar. Will he do the move down into the Andretti hairpin? Tim Clark is lifting and coasting, and there we go. Very straightforward overtake for Nathan Maximin. He's back into the lead. He has the fastest lap. 4 minutes to go. There or thereabouts. This is looking very, very good for title win number 3 for the Vanquish Esports driver, NM1M, Nathan Maximin, going for the triple here at Laguna Seca.
Just having a look further down the order here, looks like Martin Robson has given up completely. He's going Tokyo drift style around the circuit now. He's just gone massively power sliding through the corkscrew. So hopefully he won't cause issues at the end of the race if and when he does get lapped. But like I say, Nathan now into the lead of the race, should just be able to wrap this title up now, going off into the sunset at this evening time of day setting here at Laguna Seca with Tim now. Can he hold on to 2nd place? Gap is 15 seconds to ride. He should be able to hold on to it. Tim, the tyre whisperer, tyres still are looking really good. They're not dying off whatsoever. They're nowhere near the drop off yet. So Tim should finish in 2nd place here.
Yeah, he's been helped along now by having someone braking ahead of him. Third place for Ryan Sandel there. He's just coming around the final corner now. And the way these races work, of course, so I'm just trying to see whether, yeah, I think the top 2 at the current, may they break across the timing beam and get another lap in here ahead of where Ryan is at the moment.
I think you're right. I think they're going to lap the field as such because of the way that the chicken flag system works here in Gran Turismo when you have a tight race. I think Ryan is going to be the first person to take the checkered, with Nathan and Tim being allowed to do basically a victory lap. Nathan can just celebrate his championship win on the lap afterwards. What would you say, Andrew, is Ryan's best drive this season? I think I've got one in mind. What would you say it is?
I would say his performance in week 4 in particular was very, very impressive when he got the double win. He didn't get the perfect score because he didn't quite get the fastest lap in the second race. But you know, both of those performances, I'm going to take the cop out answer. And both of his performances in round number 4 were of equal measure the best ones for Ryan this season.
Definitely agree. I think if I've got to pick one, it could be race 1, where he was absolutely phenomenal, reeled Nathan in and just beat him hands down in the Red Bull Ring Wet race in the Mazda MX-5s. But yeah, great driving here from Ryan this season. Really has taken the challenge to what is, remember, a VQS driver in Nathan Maximin. He is an esports driver. He's not professional, but he is a very, very fast driver. One of the fastest players in Britain, for sure. Ryan is just an amateur like me and you. He's not part of an esports team, nothing like that. Got no support from anybody else as such. He's just a lone ranger. So to take the title challenge to Nathan Maximin has been insanely impressive this season.
Has been indeed. Just over a minute to go. Looked tight on time for Ryan Sandel, so this might be his final lap. But he's holding on here. Well, more than holding on ahead of GTP Toby. Trevor Randall is being closed in now by Jack Cameron Drayton for 5th place. And surely Jack Cameron Drayton in the next couple of corners is going to find a way by. He's just got to pick his moment, pull up alongside and get the move done. Javier is there as well. Trevor's giving it a good go here in the Mercedes. Maybe we'll see him in a different car next season. It's just not worked out on this strategy. Still holding Jack Cameron Drayton behind though. Here we go up into the corkscrew for 5th place. Oh, Javier's gone very wide in the background there. Jack trying to find a way through. Leaders though going on to their last lap. They will see a 21st lap with 10 seconds on the clock as they cross the line. The time is up though for Ryan Sandel, and that does confirm it, that your champion for Season 5 of the Club 100 Gran Turismo Sport Esports League is going to be Nathan Maximin. He will get a whole lap to himself. There's a drag race almost to the line for 5th place, but Trevor Raddle's going to hold on. Good effort that from Trevor. 6th for Jack Cameron Drayton, 7th for Javier Gorostidi Turner. It's going to be 8th place for Kirith Kalirai. We'll wait and see on what that means for status in Lobby 1 or Lobby 2 for next season. I'm sure we'll see Kirith back in future seasons, but let's focus on this driver here. Nathan Maximin has had to work for this tonight. Had connection issues at the start of the evening. Had to start the first race from the back. Got up to 2nd place, was challenging for the lead. Ryan Sandel threw the gauntlet down though. Took the win in race 1 tonight. And put the pressure on Nathan Maximin in this race here at Laguna Seca, but he stood up to it. He took the lead, comes round the final corner to see the checkered flag and victory in race 12 of this 5th season of the Club 100 Gran Turismo Sports Series, and is champion for the 3rd time. The first ever driver to achieve that accomplishment. Tim Clark finishes in 2nd place. But at long last, we can officially declare that your champion for this season, as I say, for the 3rd time in a row, is VQS NM1M Nathan Maximin. Congratulations.
3 in a row. 3 championships back to back. All 3 of the championships this season this year, have gone to Nathan Maximin. What a drive that was to round off the season in style, winning that race by quite a distance in the end. Miles ahead of Ryan Sandel. I think that start for Nathan, that great start where he was in the lead by the end of lap 2, that is what did it through. He could just drive off into the distance from there on in, whilst Ryan was still down in 6th and having to scrap with the mid-pack. So yeah, great season, great driving by Nathan Maximin, a great championship charge as well by Ryan Sandel towards the end of the season, but didn't quite do enough in the end, didn't quite manage to take that 3rd championship off of Nathan Maximin.
Well, there we go. After 12 races, it's, I'd say, been the best season of the Club 100 Gran Turismo Sport Esports League so far, and we very much hope to be back for Season 6. We've not got a schedule together yet, but I think we can squeeze one more in before Gran Turismo 7 hits our PlayStations in early March 2022. Thank you very much for watching, all of you at home. Luke, thank you very much for your commentary, joining the team for this season. It's been a fantastic help. And do you want to do it again next season?
Of course, Andrew. Of course I do. Early next year, hopefully we will be back, like you say, and I will, of course, be willing to co-commentating alongside. Absolutely loved it. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching this season as well. Do let us know what your thoughts of it in the live chat. It's something which I have enjoyed immensely commentating on, being a very new experience for me, one which I most certainly do want to do again.
Fantastic stuff. There we go, everyone. Well done to our champion, Nathan Maximin. We'll see you all very, very soon. Next Wednesday, we'll be back here on the channel. Myself and Howard Mitchell will be taking you through the penultimate round of the 2021 Legends of Club 100 and BUKC iRacing Championship. And that's the double header as well, back-to-back of sorts, because we're then here the following week for the finale, which will be at Interlagos. Plenty more to follow here on the Double Dash Motorsport Media channel. Do make sure you've clicked the subscribe button. Share out the videos, let people know what we're all about. We'll see you very, very soon for more racing here on DDMM. But for now, have a great rest of your evening. Enjoy your week, and we'll see you next week for iRacing Legends. Bye-bye.